You might have heard that live shopping is exploding. And I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop, prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No, you can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. How are you? Wednesday, middle of the week. What am I going to do? It's hump day. Where's the camel? I missed the Geico camel. It's hump day. I do. You know, my big question on a Wednesday is always, what can I do? I'll tell you how I got that, where that popped into my mind. It's an interesting story, but I'll tell you that in just a couple of minutes. But think about that for a second. In the meantime, are you an out-of-the-box thinker? Do you want to be? Are you uncomfortable with it? Comfort zone kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you today you don't need to be. And actually, I tell you, you shouldn't be. At all. I'll explain. Can't come with the right. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day because life gets in the way, and then you got to find a way somehow, some way to stand up, take a step, and repeat until you get what you want. That's it. And one of the main reasons I do this show is because I do hear on a regular basis, when I say regular, maybe 3 or 4 days a week, times a week, it could be the same day, about somebody who just had lost that drive. I don't want to say motivation. It's not always it, but they got beat up. They just didn't feel like moving forward. And then they happened to, for some reason, choose my silly little podcast here and just happened to choose the right show for whatever reason, because there's like 500 of them there. And I just happened to say the right thing at the right time to the right person for the right reasons. And it helped. It got them moving again. I'm a big believer exploring the possibilities of life, that when you don't feel like moving or doing something, just if you can do anything, just lift your head up a little bit and say, okay, I don't know what to do, but what can I do? And go find the way. A lot of years ago, when my wife was sick, before she passed away, my first wife, Joy's still here, I was in a Home Depot parking lot in Oviedo, Florida. That's where I lived at the time. And I was so frustrated. I had no idea what to do. She was going to die. And we were just beginning to go in the process at the time. She was getting worse, and it was evident it was going to happen. And I had no idea what to do. And I'll never forget, I was standing next to one of those places where you return the shopping cart in the Home Depot parking lot. My car was right next to it. I was putting the cart back. I was so freaked out. And it's like a voice spoke to me. I said, well, what can I do? And in that moment, I took on the challenge. I said, okay, I can do this. And I went home, actually called hospice when I got home. Didn't want to, but that's what I did. So the question can lead you in all kinds of directions, but you might want to try that today. I don't think I introduced myself. I was busy here. My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationmove.com. So happy you're here today. I've been waiting for you to arrive at my show.
Teens share everything. That may include the bacteria that can cause meningococcal disease known as meningitis. Even if your teen's been vaccinated in the past, they could still be missing meningitis vaccinations. Ask your teen's doctor or visit meningitis.com today. Sponsored by GSK.
Out-of-the-box thinking. It's one of those things that everybody says you should do. Get out of the box. Think out of the box. We need people who are out-of-the-box thinkers. And, okay, before I get into this, because the world's really complex and crazy, I've just noticed something. That when people contact me, they will say to me, Scott, I need some out-of-the-box thinking. You're a guy that thinks out of the box, so I want to talk to you. I got news for you. When you talk to me, I'm not thinking out of the box. I'm not. I'm completely in my box. My expertise that I've gained over the years, my foundation of knowledge that I have that you don't have, it sounds like I'm out of the box to you, but I'm in my box. That makes sense? It's true. So most everything that we can do in today's world to get what we want in life are still very valid. I mean, humans are humans. We haven't changed that much. I mean, it seems like we've changed a lot, but ultimately we all still, at least for the next decade, maybe, still kind of think the same way. I will be long gone by the time we're just brains in a bottle. I thank God for that. A lot of the rules have changed, but still a lot of the rules are still the same. But doesn't mean you have to get out of the box to think differently. But people are pushing me, my boss is pushing me. I have ideas to get out of the box. No, you don't. Here's your choice. You can stay in your box and keep using the thoughts and the actions that have always served you. Hint, you're going to do that anyway. That's good. But you might be missing out on anything that requires real fresh thinking if you don't have the right attitude about it. Or you can toss everything out. All the old is gone entirely. Step out of the box where everything is new. That's scary, and usually you're going to fall back right in the box. When you get out of your comfort zone, what happens? You fall back in. So I don't like to do that. I like to stay in my box firmly with the things I understand. After all, this is what we call crystallized wisdom. You young folks, you got some wisdom, but mostly what you have is knowledge. If you're in your 20s and 30s, moving through your 30s, you're starting to get that wisdom thing. I shouldn't put an age on it, but it's, you know what I mean. It's kind of that. If you're under 20, you're still working. You just got knowledge, okay? But the more knowledge you get, the more experience you get, the more wisdom you get. And that's the difference between a young person and an old person. You have the crystallized wisdom. We have a bigger picture of what has happened simply because we've been around longer and seen how this stuff has worked 10,000 times. That's it. So I'm always telling folks, don't ever leave that. In fact, a lot of people that contact me say, Scott, I'm tired of my job. I'm tired of my cubicle. I've got to do something different. I just leave everything behind. I just want to get out of my box, literally my cubicle box, and just do something. I said, don't do that. Keep what you got and expand yourself out a little bit to get what you want. So it can be a scary thought sometimes because it does seem as though you have to have these fresh ideas to get what you want. And yes, you do sometimes. The older you get, the more difficult, the more crystallized your wisdom gets, the more difficult it gets to come up with something new. That's been proven. In fact, as you get through your 40s, you're less and less likely to come up with new out-of-the-box thinking anyway. It just happens. I read a book recently called, I think it was Range, was the book that was studying that. That there's a point in time, there's a point of decline, there's a point of ascension in your life, there's a point when you get faster and quicker and better, you got new ideas anyway, but at some point you're going to naturally get out of that. It's just what your brain does. But on the other hand, all this stuff you've done begins to move into this wise, crystallized knowledge, if you will, that makes you incredibly valuable. That's why I said, I do a 60-minute coaching call for people. And most people cannot believe that I can actually really, really change the trajectory of their life in 60 minutes. Frankly, I can do it in about 5 minutes. And they're blown away by the fact that I can do it. But they're in my box. When they come into my box, it sounds new and different. They don't get it. But what's happened is I'm not leaving my box. I'm using everything I've ever learned, and I'm listening. I'm using the insight that comes from what I hear to draw a conclusion based on what I've always known to make a suggestion. So I'm going to suggest to you that one of the best things you can do is just get rid of your box. When you think about it, anything that will make progress for you today is going to be built on everything you've always known and all the experience you've already had. That's what's going to guide you in the right direction. That's why when you're 25 and you're falling all over the place, and at 45, you're not doing it so much anymore. Stay in your comfort zone, then expand out a little bit. Just extend out just a little bit so you keep learning a little bit more and keep bringing in new ideas, but blend it into what you already know. Watch what happens. My Wisdom to Wealthy group, we teach people to do that. Take their crystallized wisdom that they've learned their entire life and then monetize it into consulting and coaching and things like that, because that's what I do for a living. So I teach people how to do what I do when they ask me to help them. I do that. I don't out there and scream about it too often, but I do it every single day. All right, before I get out of here, do me a favor, go to dailyboostpremium.com. Get signed up for the Boost Coaching Program. Another call is coming up. And plus, you have another about 25 days now to grab the Face Your Passion program before I zip it off the internet and burn it in the bonfire. A new one's coming, but your last chance to get it is to become a Boost Coaching member. Just go to dailyboostpremium.com, get yourself signed up. Coming up tomorrow, how to ask for what you want. It's not that difficult. I'll show you tomorrow. I'll prove it to you. How to get exactly what you want in life by knowing how to ask for it. I'll see you then.